Yeah, I can lie on my own, I can't survive on my own. It's me and God, all I know. I packed up, she hit the road. Anytime they could go, she called my mama on the phone, persuaded her to do the most. My mama called me a few times, I know why. Don't you lie to me. I need apologies. She making shit way more complicated, like it's geometry, but it's as simple as could be. I know I made a few mistakes, but baby, honestly, we know your shit stinks. It comes out the same way for both of us. We're both human beings. It shouldn't be sweet, so I left on red and I didn't think.
But now, have you heard the tale about the bird that flew south for the winter?
I don't think I have.
Okay. So basically, this bird be flying south. It get cold as hell outside. He freezes. He falls to the ground. When he falls to the ground, he's freezing. He's like he can't move. This cow come up. The cow shits on him.
Okay. The fuck? Okay.
the what's it called? The bird started, you know what I'm saying, feeling himself and everything. He's like, oh man, yeah, I got shit on me and everything, but I can move again. So he started, singing like how birds do, trying to get the shit off him or whatever it is. It's a cat in the distance. The cat like looking like, okay, it's a bird in the distance or whatever it is. So he go over to the bird, start like taking the shit off the bird. The bird think that the cat is helping him. The cat end up eating the bird.
Damn.
What message did you get from that?
Shit.
If you don't know,
I got a lot from it. Like, I'm like a deep guy. Like for each individual person or just the bird only, like or maybe generalize the story.
So I'm gonna say, give me three messages, three gems that you got from that.
I would say don't really get stuck in your routine. And talking about like the bird, because normally birds will fly south for the winter, but like it might have been cool one time, but this time it wasn't, so you had to stop. Maybe for the cow, have respect for other people, because like if you think you like just this big person, and just because of somebody like smaller than you, like if you just walk around with that your nose up in the sky, like you could do whatever to other people, that shit might come back on you in some kind of way. And then with the cat, maybe shit, it's not really much for the cat. The cat was doing what a cat does.
Yeah.
But shit, you may not have to. You may catch a big break one day, and you might have to literally go through some shit to get to your break that you think you would have. So that's three things, I think.
That second one was good. I like that.
I'm sure the explanation is very simpler than I put it.
Yeah. So the tell is silly as hell. So the crazy thing is I said this like one time to somebody else, and right when I said the cow, he was like, okay, like
yeah.
But basically, the three gems is everybody that shit on you is not your enemy. Everybody that gets you out some shit is not your friend. And sometimes when you win some shit, sometimes it's better you just shut your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, that's way better than I had.
But that's all it is. And that joint hit home to me because you feel what I'm saying. Like we talk about all the stuff that we've been through and everything.
Yeah,
so, yeah. But that's something that I be thinking about. Like I be thinking like everybody against me and everything, but no, they really I might need them or they might be my friend. And then some people that I think actually help me, them niggas actually really against me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And then most of the time when I'm in some stuff like I am right now, I'm not gonna get too personal, but sometimes you just gotta just shut your mouth.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Just live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a good icebreaker. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Shit.
What is up, everybody? It is Leak 7 for 7, man. I'm here with my good boy Ralph. What up, Ralph? How you feeling? Man? How you feeling mentally?
I'm straight. Mentally, I'm all right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm blessed.
All right, cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We always got to ask that question as men. I feel like we don't ask that enough. And that's the point of this episode, man. We're just going to be talking about walking into manhood, just having a real vulnerable conversation. I'm going to just start by just introducing Ralph. as far as him, I met him. I met you in 2020, bro. What's called that time it flew. I met you in 2020. That's been 5 years.
Damn, it has been
Yeah.
2020. I was like, no, you didn't say that. Yeah,
It was
you did.
2020.
Yeah,
I met you towards the end of the year.
yeah.
But it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna be completely real on this. I don't care who sees this or whatever it is, but I met him through somebody that I was dating at the time. But it's just crazy how like, you know what I'm saying, God just puts certain people in your life and then some people he takes out of your life. Like I just said, I was dating that person, not anymore. But then I gained a friend, you feel what I'm saying? I gained a brother, you feel what I'm saying? So but Ralph is just an amazing friend, amazing brother. Taught me so much. He met me at young league, like a young league stage, just very just gullible, just you know what I'm saying, just blind to life. Damn, my voice cracking and everything, but blind to life and everything. And when I came home from school, man, I met him and he's like, listen, bro, like he just gave me the game, bro, like just real shit, like in the gym 7 days a week, just telling me like we just talked the whole time. And honestly, that was like the best physique I ever had from just working out in the gym every day with him as well. But
Cease.
yeah, I had the best physique going into 2021. I had the best physique. I got the most compliments. People were just like, "Yo, keep going." So yeah, and I'm gonna give you a little bit more about Ralph. Man, Ralph is an artist. What else? What's called? He dressed well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. What else?
IT professional.
IT professional. Dang. Now I feel like a bad host.
Nah,
I'm
you
trying to remember
good.
every. I'm trying to remember every single thing. But yeah. Overall, great brother, man. But we're just gonna just start with some things just about him, man. Like, tell me about yourself, Ralph. Like, as far as like being an artist, you also are an influencer as well. Tell me about some challenges. Tell me about just your overall just lessons from doing that.
Well, being an artist, um, it's exciting, but it's also challenging for me because I'm a perfectionist. So, a lot of stuff I'm getting out of this, but just being honest, because you said you keep it real on the shit on your channel. Honestly, I think that for whatever reason, I need validation from other people to like um with the artist piece, like put stuff out there, but I don't really think you are living for yourself and moving in the direction that you truly believe in, that you confident in while needing that. And that's something that I'm trying to get out of. So that's been a challenge for me. It's not like being artistic is me needing a validation, but sharing that art with the world. Um and it's not like I need like to go around to random places and ask people, just people that I know wouldn't lie to me. I need their validation. But even after I got it for years and years, it's still something that like I feel like I need. So now it may be not like be validation. It may be confidence. And I think they kind of both work hand in hand, but they shouldn't come from anything external. It should be like um come from within, like me. Pause.
Yes.
The, the yeah,
Yeah, we're not gonna start the show like
hey, all right. Yeah, pause, for the record, pause again. Eternal pause.
that.
Eternal thought. But yeah, it should be in my spirit, the validation, the confidence. I validate myself. I'm confident within myself. So the work is there, the passion is there, the drive is there. Taking that next step and going, to the next level, being more serious, more intentional. So that's how being an artist is. Being an influencer, um, just speaking on the intro that you've given, um, I'm proud of myself for even be able to like for even to be able to hear that I've gotten you the best like physique that you had. I've heard that from clients. I've also like, this is speaking on an influencer piece. I became a personal trainer without having to advertise anything. I was working out in the gym, and one of my frat bros came up to me and was like, you know, do you train? And I was just like, nah, I don't. He was just like, you know, well, I'll pay you whatever to train me. So I don't know if you remember, in like I think it was 2021 when we was doing I had us doing crazy shit, like we was holding on to the pull-up bar, and we had the boxing gloves, and we was like, you know, hitting each other abs. So the same frat brother that hit me up said, I'll pay you whatever. He was just spamming me with that video. He was like, bro, you gotta train me like now. Like literally, I'll pay you, I'll send you some bread right now. Like come train me. So I was just like, all right. So went to train him. My first day training him, I got my second client. She was like, do you train? I was like, not really. I said the same thing I said to him. And she was just like, you know, well, what are you doing with him? And I was just like, well, I'm kind of just showing him what to do. I'm training him. She was just like, okay, well, like, you know. Then I was just like, all right, well, I charge like 80 a session. At the time, I was like, I charge 80 a session. And she was like, okay. I was thinking I was going to scare her off. She was like, okay. Same thing happened with my third client and my fourth client. I had a fifth client for like 2 weeks, and then he quit. So shout out to you. Hope you still healthy. Whatever. We ain't gonna name drop.
I was about to say, wasn't
it? But as far as being an influencer, for sure, in the fitness space, it hasn't really been any negative feedback from that. So I would say people, I influence people like in a healthy, fit lifestyle. And again, just like with the artist piece, I have to be like more intentional with that. I don't need any validation with that or any like, you know, confidence. That's all like here. And it should be like that with everything. So that's how that's coming along with the influence. And then the other thing that I believe I have, the other area, not the thing that I believe I have influence in outside of fitness is going back to art and to fashion. Like over the years since I was maybe late high school, early college, maybe even before, I would say, just because I know this, because I don't want to get the capping, in case somebody see this that does know me and be like, all right, bro, late high school, early college, late high school, I was getting money. Late high school, money in high school was like walking around with $1,000 cash and having like probably another 1,000 in the bank at that time in high school for a high schooler. So I was like, you know, spending it on whatever was cool at the time, and that translated, and saving money as well. And that translated all the way up into college and even to now. And then how I got into my style and my fashion. I'm not ashamed of it. But I wore Shacks. I wore Airwalks from Payless. I wore Payless stuff. I wore uniforms. I wore FUBU. I wore and one, all that stuff that even if, because it's 2025, so I'm probably sounding dated as hell right now.
Yeah. But I know it. I know what you're talking about.
But I wore that stuff, and that's what people kind of like frowned upon.
Yeah.
And I was really big on not being I guess it's a safe word to say just because of the time we live in. I was big on not being a sissy like when I was a kid. And I hated pretty boy. I hated all of that stuff that people would say about me. And I hated when people talked about me, and I always wanted to fight, but I couldn't fight all the time because I would get in trouble like with everything. So when people talk about me, I have to I kind of went to anger management. Where I'm going with this, with the influencer stuff and fashion, I could control what I wear. And I started, you know, putting stuff together as like young as I could, and then with the stuff that I had available to me, and I would repeat the same outfits. They would hit harder. They would see different people. I would get the same compliment.
Yeah.
So I would put a little razzle dazzle on my uniform when I was in like elementary to middle school. And in high school, when I didn't have no uniform, I was forced to kind of like, take a dive in, because I was big on like, it was big joning where I was at. And like, I was in school with people who had money, who were spoiled. Like I had to work for them. I was used to scrub people floors, mop people floors, mow people grass.
You born and raised in Maryland, right?
Born in DC, raised in DC and Maryland.
Okay.
PG County, Maryland, Southeast and Northeast DC. Was where I was. Well, I was born in Georgetown. Was just in and out of like DC and Maryland.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So I say DC, but like a lot of people know me in Maryland more than like DC. So
Gotcha.
Just like, but yeah. So, scrub people floors, mow people lawns, shovel people snow, wash people car, anything that I could do to get money before I was able to work. Because at the time you can only work when you was, I think, 13 or 14, and I would save money. Shoes were average like $100 at the time, so I was saving. I had that. I had like money just from like saving and like hands and knees, paws, like mopping people floors and shit. Like, so yeah, so got into fashion, kept going, and I started really immersing myself in it. Like outside of the latest Jordans, outside of the latest designers, like how are people wearing clothes in this state or in this country, or rap culture is big in our community, like how people dressing on TV. And it kind of changes with every era of rap and music and stuff. People kind of imitate what they see on TV, but I always wanted to stand out, but had my own style. So after years of like getting the compliments, having the clean cut, just standing out like that, I felt like, I know that I influence people with fashion, and it was to, can you help me with this, or does this look good, or would this be okay for this occasion, or calling me and asking me, and like I would be confused, like why somebody's asking me about like they fit, or why somebody asking me when I pull up, like does this look good? Like they were seeking my approval. I'm just like, they probably was lacking the confidence that I had, and I was making that I didn't have, and I was making friends with those types of people. But come to find out, fast forward to now, not shitting on anybody, but I think I was getting that validation too. So that's why I'm confident with the influencer piece of fitness and fashion, because I was receiving so much data back without me having to inquire. It was just like, oh, I'm good with that. But with being an artist, it's always been something I kept to myself. Like I was cleaning out my room. I found a journal every year from pre-K. I was writing rhymes since pre-K until maybe 7th, 8th grade. That's when I just like stopped for a while. But I kept that part of me like only to myself. So it's kind of like personal a lot, but that's why I kind of like just me speaking right now, I think that's why I seek that validation, because I kept the music shit in a book, but like with fitness, I'm wearing it with my physique. With fashion, I'm wearing that so you can see that, so you can be like, all right, like I fuck with that. But like with my music, it's like you don't even know that I'm a musical person unless like, so that's kind of why I'm probably like that. But with the influencer piece, as far as fitness and fashion, I'm definitely confident in that. But music, like I said, I'm unlearning the needing the validation and shit. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a lot to this dude, man.
Yeah.
Like not even on like, no, it's not even trying to sound funny, but like it's much more to you know what I'm saying, just him, like, you know what I'm saying, like we're kind of really like reserved type people. We're not really trying to be out there or trying to be the loudest in the room and everything. But if you talk to us and everything, it's so many layers that you can, you know what I'm saying, unravel with us. You feel what I'm saying? But
Facts.
I might have lived my truth, Ralph. I ain't gonna lie on this episode. So like, kind of bring some humor into this episode as well. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Ralph. When I first met you, I thought you didn't like me. I ain't gonna hold you. I never told you that. But what's it called? Not even on like, oh, Ralph didn't want to be my friend. Like, no, it was just like, um, no, it was just the way he was looking at me, like who is this nigga? You feel what I'm saying? But after, and at first I was like, okay, maybe he just don't, you know what I'm saying? He just don't mess with me or whatever it is. But then once I talked to him and everything, we had so much in common. And the first thing that we talked about was working out, boxing, gym, and everything. And first thing Ralph had said was just like, listen, I'm gonna be at the gym at this time. If you want to pull up and everything, we can get a workout in. We went in there. I remember we did like some pull ups and some random stuff, like 100 pull ups, and this man was just doing them easy. And then I'm just over here, you know what I'm saying, trying to do them as well. And then I remember you had texted me and was just like, basically, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, make a routine and everything so we can just like, you know what I'm saying, be a little bit more organized. And I'm telling this story is because this, like, I was already into the working out stuff. I've been, you know what I'm saying, training since I was 5 years old. My mother was a personal trainer. I've been dived into this, but like once I met Ralph was like, all right, let's turn this up a notch. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get organized. So we had a routine. We come in the gym and everything. We'll do the same thing, stretching, abs, all this other stuff. We did that for months, talking for months, everything. So that's why I said like I became the almost the best version of myself. I don't think I'm still there yet, but like that was the start for sure. You feel what I'm saying? And then it was the meal prepping. Then it was the videos, the crazy stuff we was doing, flipping tires, jumping on the tires, and muscle ups and all that stuff, like all the crazy stuff. But I'm saying all this stuff, this stuff to say like this definitely was like a big change, and that's why I said I walked into manhood with meeting Ralph. Man, I had to put him on this episode. But yeah. So we said fitness, we said artist, influencer. It was something else that you had said. And
Oh, fashion.
fashion. That was another thing too. Uh, like fashion as well. Um, I guess I can make this a topic, but like something that you had said was just like, I don't know. I guess in just today's time, like a lot of things are just frowned upon or whatever it is. Like as far as like what you got on, how much it is, and all this other stuff. And I don't know. I hate going out and somebody looking at me like that. I hate all that attention, to be honest. But we all like nice things. We can afford these nice things. Okay, cool. But um, one thing that I noticed is just that it's just not all about that, like the most expensive thing. You
Yeah,
feel what I'm saying?
facts.
Like people don't even notice, but like I shop at the thrift store.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Like heavy. You feel what I'm saying?
Thrift stores have heat, bro.
Yeah, but I put a whole thrift store outfit on, like nobody even know it, but I put a whole thrift store outfit on, posted it on Instagram, and got hella love from it. And I didn't even say nothing or walked out. Um, what's called when I went to Bullpen, most of that stuff I found either in the thrift store or Amazon. I think the one shirt I had on was like from Zara, but like everybody was like, "Oh man, you got that shit on," and I had just like randomly did something stupid. I put on my Cartiers, and not even stupid, but I just put them on because I thought it looked nice with the fit. And I remember like that was the main thing that everybody went to, and I'm like, bro, like you feel what I'm saying? But it's just like when it comes to fashion right now, it's just like it's just like it's just how much money you. I don't know where this shit started, but me growing up, I don't know, it wasn't that. Like, you say you wore FUBU, you say you wore all these things. I wore all that stuff too. Like, but I don't get why it's frowned upon though.
I think it's like going back to when I had said at the time when I was younger, when a lot of us would get our sense of fashion from like TV, like music videos, MTV, 106 and Park, in our culture, and they associate it's materialism. It's not just with fashion. They associate the latest car, the latest phone, the baddest, the most attractive significant other. If you're a female, the best male that you can attract, or if you're a male, the baddest girl you could get. The latest clothes, the biggest house, all of that. They associate the materialism stuff with like status. So, like, if you got Cartier glasses on, you have money, or if you got the latest clothes and stuff on, you got money or whatever. But I look at it like, I've looked at it like that, and I understand that piece of it. But now it's like, all right, I'm spending this money, and me, I want to buy things that aren't just like for a season or a moment in time. Rather, if I'm spending like $100 or $1,000 on something, I want it to be like something that's gonna um age well. So even though I do like expensive things, um your physique can make or break an outfit. I can have an outfit, and there's not any shade to the thrift store. Like, the thrift store, actually, you will find that shit if you go to the right thrift store at the right time when they have the right shipment. You will find some steals and some gems in there. Like, no bullshit. I was at I used to go, and I still do. They have like newer thrift stores, more upscale, uptown cheapskate, shit like that. So that's a nice one too. So shout out to y'all. But uh they have, fashion, your physique, I think, can make or break shit. And you can have like nice stuff on, but it's not all about that. It's how you feel about it. Cause fashion goes back to confidence. Like, you can literally walk, and I've seen this. You can walk into a club with some flip flops on or some shorts and a shirt, and still, come out on top. You can still back. You can still, you know, you can still, you know what I'm saying? It's still that, but you have to like wear the clothes. You can't let them wear you, and that's what a lot of people do now. They look at the latest thing trending, like the TV, the music videos and shit. They're still a thing, but that turned into like IG and TikTok. Yeah. People doing videos and reels of the latest stuff, watching fashion shows and shit. Nothing is wrong with that, but like, again, they associate that with having money, and then just because you have money don't mean you have style. It's literally two different things. Yeah. I believe in myself. I can make a whole fit from Walmart or Target and make it go. Like, probably shoes too.
I'm gonna come back to that.
Yeah, but probably shoes too. Thrift store for sure. Thrift store. So I don't think it matters where you get your stuff from. And then, like, unfortunately, that's something that people use to attract other people. But not to dive too deep in that. I like fashion. We could cuss. Yeah. All right. I fuck with fashion. All right. I fuck with fashion because it's something that I've always genuinely liked. I only buy things that I'm into. I don't buy stuff for it being trendy right now or whenever. Like, it's some stuff that I just be like, I just won't refuse to buy. I refuse to get into. And there's some stuff that I can't see it for that time. So I wait. It may grow on me, it may not, but I like shopping like in the past now, because like where shit is going now, I really don't care for it, but I'm still me, and I just like me and how I express myself. So with the thrift, I had this rant to say the thrift store is cool, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. I do agree. You have to. Unfortunately, we have a culture where you have to spend a lot of money and wear the latest things to look like you have style, or to look like you have drip, or to look like you have that shit on. But you can have a nice physique and just be clean, bro. A clean white tee, male or female, a black clean top, some basic jeans, and some nice shoes that complement that, and some accessories or whatever. And you would get the same attention because you look clean and your physique is on point. So fashion and fitness, I think it work like hand in hand. But yeah, you gotta live with all that money that you spending. And if you really ain't got it like that, it's a cycle that you gonna have to force yourself out of. It's like another rat race for real. And like, if you really ain't about that shit, if you doing it for other people, you literally gonna be living your life for them. And like, you want to keep changing with the time. And I'm not trying to be I refuse to be an old man wearing the latest Jordans. Like I have fucking teenagers or people like in their 20s and we're wearing the same stuff, and I'm like 45 plus years. Like that's some clown activity to me. I don't judge other people, but it's just like, how old are you? What do you like, you know what I'm saying? So some people just don't grow out of it. I was just talking about cycles, but yeah, that's my piece. You had anything?
Just start by saying this. So the reason why I'm talking about fashion, fitness, and all this other stuff, and I'm not here to like condemn any dude that's like watching this or whatever it is, or call out anybody. It's more just like, this is what we use. Like, this is what helped us grow into, you know what I'm saying, into manhood. But like, I want to say like, this is what you should be thinking. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Shift your perspective, bro. Like, stop thinking like how this world wants you to think. Everybody posting all this, you know what I'm saying, this corny stuff that don't even matter to to their stories and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it says that, I always you know what I'm saying, go back to the Bible. I'm not perfect. I know I'm cursing on here and everything, but I'm gonna talk about God for sure, always. But you know what I'm saying, it says it in, you know what I'm saying, Romans 12. I don't know the verse, but it says be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what I'm saying? So don't fall into these worldly things. But that's why I'm kind of talking about this. But all I have to say is that I'm always going to be, I always like getting older and everything. I always want to be, I always want to stay young. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like my mom. My mom is still moving around good, still throwing parties, still dressing. Sometimes she, you know what I'm saying, she dressed not crazy, but I want to say she dressed younger. And then sometimes she kind of just like real calm or whatever it is. And I'm not going to be, you know what I'm saying, 50, 60 years old trying to dress like a YM, but I ain't saying that. But like, I just think style, fashion is something that I'm always going to take serious. Like, I shouldn't be walking around with sweatpants all the time, walking around with slides all the time. Not trying to condemn anybody, but you know what I'm saying, be a man, present yourself a little bit different. Clean haircut, clean cut, clean. You get, like Ralph just said, you could have a clean white tee on, and I could walk in a room just with my presence and everything. Not trying to boast about myself. I know it's gonna sound crazy when I say this, but I could walk in here with a white tee, clean haircut, my curls, you know what I'm saying, looking nice, nice little accessories and everything, and still, you know what I'm saying, a woman will approach me, or I can approach any woman in the room. Just being straight real, like.
Or he could pull your chick while she's with you, and then you don't want to open that can of worms, bro.
But all I to say is like, I really think Ralph said something really important, and that helped me as well with him. Like, it was just like, I noticed we're part of like the same bond, but like that was one of my things I always say, like joining a fraternity. That was like one of like the best decisions I ever made still, because you meet brothers, you network with brothers, and you learn like true brotherhood, or you learn like certain things. And that was one thing I learned, like, you know what I'm saying, like you said, just clean cut, clean clothes, and you know what I'm saying, just having your physique at its best.
Yeah, last thing I add to that with the fashion piece, I could come off like a hypocrite, especially if, and this comes across anybody that's watching this that knows me, and if y'all even still are tuned in like to this like fashion rant,
We got a couple people that's gonna watch it all the way through. I'm telling
you. you got like I'm into it, but like I'm into fashion is what I mean. I'm into it, but I don't spend money on an item or clothing that I can't. Some people say, you know, buy 3 times. Like, to me, it's at least like in the minimum of 5 to like 8, whatever it is. And like, not to brag or to boast, but like I've always believed I've been blessed to be good with money. As far as my mindset on money, not the abundance of it, but like my mindset on how to handle it. And I've gotten myself completely like out of debt, like got my student loans paid off and a brand new car paid off like in less than a year. And
congrats on that too.
Yeah, appreciate it. And this isn't to brag or boast, but it's just to say like, you know, how I move like with money. So like when I am buying stuff, it comes from like the interest that I have in it, as well as the work that I put in to be able to get to that point. So it's almost like a little mini trophy. But where I'm going with this is that you have aftermarket places, or like reselling platforms where you can make a living off of just selling clothes and stuff like that. But like clothes and like materialistic stuff, I would say on majority things like depreciate in value unless because I know some people like, hold up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But unless it's like a high fashion designer or something like that. But where I'm going with this, clothes really don't, like, being into fashion on the consumer side of it, it doesn't really have any long-term benefit to it. It's literally just ego and temporary satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping up with it. But if you have like a genuine interest in it, if you aren't losing yourself through like the lust and shit that comes along with it, or how you brought up earlier, like standing out in front of like a lot of different people or being a target. Like if you're not in it for that, if you just have a genuine interest and you have the means to not ruin your life, miss a meal, or if you have a family, mess anything of with your obligations. If none of those things are in place, then go for it. But
Yeah.
like, I'm saying all this to say, to cover my bases, because people could probably be like, hold up, bro, you got this, you got that. It's shit that I just refuse to put out there because of what you said, even though I do put stuff out there, but just because of what you said as far as not having that attention and a target on your back. But yeah, it could be a cycle that just won't ever end, and it could prolong and break up a rack of shit in your life that people don't even think about. But people look at it like, man, I just gotta have the latest on. But if you change your diet, get in the gym, iron your clothes, wear deodorant, washing all of your cracks, all the areas the sun don't shine, literally groom yourself, brush your teeth, watch your outfit and your physique will look way much, your presence would just look way much better. So like, you know, even if if you are doing that, like, keep doing it. Like, that's all a part of fashion. Your fashion is about your appearance, and you know, your appearance is not just, you know, what's on the outside, what's on the inside too. Like, some of y'all look good on the outside, you ugly as fuck on the inside. So, you know, that's fashion too. You can have that shit on but be an asshole or be a bitch. And you like, damn, like, I know I got this shit on. Why ain't nobody like,
you lame?
Yeah, your energy's off, bro. You gotta scrub your spirit. So, you know, but yeah, that's the fashion piece, man.
Nah, that's real.
So don't you lie to me. I'm trying to live like I never did. I grew up without a whole lot of shit. My parents provided the best they could.